Hey guys, I'm Brandon,
And I'm Katina.
and we're the owners of American Force Coffee.
Our goal is to promote specialty grade coffee and make it accessible to everyone. Specialty grade coffee is really high quality coffee that's usually reserved for super fancy coffee shops or sold at a very high price. And we want to make it accessible to everyone in the United States and let them know that you can have a really good cup of coffee right at your home without having to pay a ridiculous price or going to a fancy coffee shop. The story behind our name, American Force Coffee, came from the idea of a celebration to all Americans and the hard work that they put in day and day out to make this country the great place that it is. So this is our way of giving back by providing everybody an option of having really good coffee at a fair price. And just a quick little fun story. We just moved from Georgia, and when I was looking at places to live, I came across Nina's page and I messaged her, and she immediately replied like, yes, I would love to help you. And so she did. And she found us her home, the place where we're at right now. And I really loved how on her page she supports all small local businesses. So thank you, Nina. So I'm from Guatemala, and the first coffee that I want to talk to you guys about is our medium roast. Our medium roast is from Guatemala. This is our bag, and it's cultivated at over 5,000 feet of altitude, and it has flavor notes of citrus, red fruit, and milk chocolate. Our dark roast is from Colombia. It's probably the most popular one. It's cultivated at over 4,500 feet of altitude, and it has flavor notes of caramel, chocolate, and nut. And last but not least, I want to talk to you about our decaf. This is it. It's from Guatemala also. It tastes a lot like chocolate, and I think it tastes a lot like the dark roast. My husband has a cup of it every night after dinner, so it's really good. So everybody brews their coffee differently, and for each different brewing method, you need a different grind size. So let me show you guys what different grind sizes there are and what methods they're good. So for this example, I ground about 1.5 ounces of our medium roast, and I wanted to show you guys, this is our coarse grind. This is great for French press and other immersion methods. So if you're gonna brew your coffee with a French press, this is the size you would use. And then here is probably the most popular one, what most people get. It's the medium grind, and this is good for your regular coffee pot at home or at your office, which you just put in the filter and it drips automatically. And then this one is the finest one. It's our espresso grind, and it's good for any espresso machines. So we prepared for you guys a little grind guide based on what brewing method you use. So if you want to screenshot it on the next slide, it'll give you a reference of what type of grind you want to buy next time based on how you brew it. Well, right now I just pulled a shot of espresso for you guys so you can see what creates the base of all prepared coffee drinks. And a fun story is that in World War II, Italians used to drink espressos, and Americans thought it was too strong, so they added water to it, and that's where the term Americano comes from. So here's our shot of espresso. As you can see, it has a little foam at the top, and it's called crema. They're usually just about 2 ounces. And now I'm going to show you how to make coffee using your French press. And on the next slide, I'll have the recipe if you want to go ahead and screenshot it. All right, so we're making our French press, and I've added 3 tablespoons of our coarse grind into the French press vessel. And then slowly you're going to add water, oops, 12 ounces over the grapes. That's it. And then you're gonna let it steep, just like that, for 4 minutes. All right, so the 4 minutes are done, and we are going to grab our French press, give it a gentle stir, and now we can go ahead and press it. This is my favorite part. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. And you push down, and that'll separate the grains from the coffee. And you just go. Ready? And you're all set. That makes a 12-ounce I have everything set up to make a cold brew, which is really easy, and all you need is coffee and water and a mason jar pitcher or any type of container. So I'm just going to show you like base to where to start, but you can always adjust flavor to taste. So all you need is 1/3 cup of coarsely ground coffee. Put it in there, and then you're gonna add 1.5 cups of room temperature water. And then using a wooden spoon, you gently break the crust and give it a good stir, making sure all beans are wet. And then you put on a lid and leave it out overnight. You don't need to refrigerate it. And then tomorrow you'll just strain it twice. You can use a coffee filter or sieve or whatever you have to just kind of. Okay, so to make our whipped coffee, I've started with 3 tablespoons of very strong espresso, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and all you got to do is whip for a long time. So I'll be here and I'll come back when it's done. Probably about 5 to 6 minutes. So I just got done beating for 2 minutes, and the foam is starting to get closer to where we want it, but we want to be able to create stiff peaks. Okay, so I'm stopping here right at about 5 minutes. Oops, time. And you can see the stiff peaks are formed, and that's where we want what we want. So I have a glass of milk, iced milk, and what you can do is grab your foam and just spoon it over the milk. And you can add as much or as little as you want and serve it just like that. And finally, we have an option for those who like coffee on the go, like me. Just grab your little pod, put it down, and you make it. They are specially designed to fit on all Keurig machines. They are BPA free. The lid and carton are recyclable, and the cup and the inside of it is compostable. So definitely a purchase you can feel good about. Well, I hope you guys had fun with our little coffee experiment and that you learn a little bit more about coffee, about our company. We're excited to be in Annapolis now. If you have any questions, I think there will be a box right here for your questions, so send them my way.
We want to thank you guys for watching and thank Nina for letting us get on her Instagram.
And if you guys have any questions, just send us a message and give us a follow. And we hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.